Hi, it's Kristen from Kristen Jones Coaching, and today I want to talk about the 3 steps that you can take to stop eating in the moment. This is far and away the most common question that I get from anyone is when you are eating something that you know you shouldn't be eating, that probably isn't in your best interest, whatever your weight loss goal is, or even weight maintenance, how do you stop yourself from actually continuing to eat something that you know you shouldn't be eating? Well, I would love to tell you that there's some magic pill or there's some magic word that you say to yourself. But the reality is the best and most powerful weapon you have in your weight loss journey sits between your ears. It's not very exciting. It's not very glamorous. It's not very sexy, but it is in fact your brain. So how you use your brain, use your mind, and manipulate or control the thoughts that you have and the thoughts that you create in your head, all will have a huge positive impact on you if you use them in the right way and use them on your weight loss goal, and will help you stop eating in the moment. So there are 3 things that we're going to talk about in this video. And so the first one, and actually all 3, take a little bit of prep work to do. So the first one is you have to cast a vision. If you have a goal to lose weight, just saying, I want to lose weight and not knowing why you want to lose weight and what you want it to look like. That's really the most important thing, is that what do you want the weight loss to do to your life? How do you want it to impact your life? What do you want that to look like? How do you want to feel? How do you want to interact with other people? And how do you want people to respond to you? So you need to create that vision. And when I say create that vision, I mean get out a piece of paper and write down, what is it that I want to get out of this? Why is losing weight so important to me? And write it down and really create that visual picture in your mind, what that's gonna look like, because that vision is what you're gonna use to stop yourself. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you need to practice being present and being mindful. And that means knowing your triggers that can cause you to get into a situation where you may decide that you want to emotionally eat, and you may start eating things that are not in your best interest. So what are your triggers? You need to figure that out. Where do they come from? What are they? And once you recognize them, you need to practice actually being able to be present and in the moment. So how do you do that? Meditation, silence every day, taking some time for yourself, sitting and being present. So all of those things are ways for you to get in touch with yourself and get in touch with your emotions, and as well as calm and slow your mind down. So doing that on a regular basis will get you to be present and in the moment. And that's when you can make the choices that are going to be in your best interest for the long run when you're talking about making a long-term decision about reaching a goal. Now, the third and most important thing that you need to do is you need to, in the moment, you need to be able to not only pull up that vision, you have to pull up that vision and you have to remember, okay, here I am, I'm in the moment. I know what my triggers are. I know I need to be aware of what's happening. And then when those voices, because we know we have those thoughts, some people call them voices, but we have those thoughts in our head. And when those thoughts come in, you're going to get that thought. And you know, if you've been following me, you know that I talk about the primal brain and the prefrontal cortex. And the primal brain is the part of your brain that wants that instant gratification. And it's the thing that wants to pull you off of that long-term goal. And so it's going to say, it's okay. You can have that brownie. It doesn't matter. And when you hear that voice and you know that you're in a situation that might trigger you, you need to say, no, that's not what I want to do. You have to override that voice, because we can let that voice take us and we can say, oh, you know what? My brain said it was okay. No, you have to decide that you're going to be stronger and you're going to harness that power that you have, that every single person has. We all have the ability to make those best case decisions for ourselves. We just have to take that and run with it. So in those moments where you know what your trigger is and you can feel that happening and that voice says, it's okay. You can eat this. You don't have to exercise. It's okay. You can sit on the couch. You have to say, no, that's not what I want for the long term. And that's taking and empowering your prefrontal cortex, which does all that long-term planning. That part of your brain is the brain that we want to use all the time. And that's the one that we want to help us reach our goals. So those three things in that moment, that's when you stop yourself and you say no. And you put down whatever it is that you're eating and you walk out of the room and you congratulate yourself for doing that and you give yourself kudos for doing that and you feel good about the fact. It doesn't matter that you got yourself there. It just matters that you stopped it and that you were able to recognize that. And even if you don't stop it the first time, that's okay. But you've recognized that this is where I need to stop myself and I need to take that control back of the thoughts that are in my head and think about what's going to be the best thing for me long term. So if this is something that this plan, these 3 steps, sounds like a good start to get you moving along your weight loss journey and get you moving in the right direction, all I want you to do is either like this video or down below, I just want you to comment with a thumbs up. That's all. All I want you to do is comment with a thumbs up or give this video a like. And then I'll know that these steps are things that you find like, I could do that. I could totally do that. I could totally make that happen. And so that's really what I want to do is I want to turn that over to you and allow you to empower yourself and be able to take those steps and move in the right direction. So again, if you feel like I could do this, yeah, I could totally, those steps are going to totally work for me. I want you to either like the video or in the comments, put a thumbs up for me. Okay? So again, 3 steps to stopping eating in the moment. So those 3 steps are cast a vision, make sure that you are being mindful and present, and then controlling those thoughts in your head and taking that power back and saying, no, I want the long-term goal.